everyone, this is Maria again. I'm gonna continue to color this image that I started earlier. We did the hair, or I did the hair, color the hair, the skin, and then the shirt, and now I'm going to do the pants. I'm gonna keep it very simple, and I'm gonna use the jean colors are B97, B95, and B93. So I'll go ahead and link to the other videos as well, so that you can follow through. And we're gonna go ahead and start with this pants. Let's see, we're gonna keep it simple like I said, nothing too complicated. So I am going to first color the jeans. I don't always do this, but I am gonna first kind of have an idea where I want the shading to be, so I am going to do the one side first. See where this has kind of a curve there, so I'm going to kind of follow that. And this area here where the pants are kind of towards the middle, that's going to be darker, so I'm going to shade that with the darker blue. So like I said, I don't always do it neat when I'm just coloring the whole surface first, because I just want to get the paper a little wet to make the blending easier. It depends on what I'm coloring. I don't always do this, but you find what works for you and you go with that. That's a little bit here on the outside and a little bit there. Okay, so that's the basic coloring there. Then I'm going to go to B95, and I'm going to start deciding with this darker one where I want the shading to be. Again, this is kind of like the inside of the pants, so for me that's going to be darker, and I want to do something here because it has kind of like a little thing there, a little fold sort of, and over here too, but I'll do that one. Yeah, let me see. Let's try this first and see where we're going with that. Kind of like that. Okay. And I'll stop at that, and then I'll go with the next, the darkest, which is B97. And I'm going to go over the same thing I just did there, and then over here as well. See, because it's easier when you start with the lightest, it's easier because you can go over dark on the areas that you went light that you didn't really mean to. So it's easier if you do it this way. So I'm just kind of play here with this and see how that goes. Kind of following along the lines of the pants. See how that looks. And then let's go ahead and pull that color to the center now. So I'm going to turn the paper, and I'm going to pull this color more towards the center, like that. And then turn the paper back around and kind of just go over what I did a little bit, like that. See how that's going to look. And here too. Alright, let's go back with the lightest, B93, and just kind of join the areas now. So I'm just going to kind of fill in whatever is not filled in yet. And I'm going to go over this light color here again. And hopefully I will like the end result. If not, you can always keep adding color until you're satisfied with it. See, I'm doing this here just to see how that would look if I want to go darker, and I think I like it, so I'm going to leave that edge there a little lighter. Let's see. Now I'm going to go back with my second darkest, B95, and just kind of darken this a little bit more for definition. And then I'm going to do another line here to see how that would look. And then just play along with it, see what it's looking like. I want this area to be dark. I'm going to go back to my darkest and just kind of darken that a little more. I want it to be, have a nice contrast. It's almost kind of like drawing for me, because I used to do a lot of drawing and I stopped. So just sometimes when I make those lines, it's kind of like I'm drawing. So let's pull this color out. I'm not going to turn the paper this time. I'm just going to keep it like this so I can see a little better. So I'm just going to pull this color a little bit more. Hopefully I'll like how it looks at the end. And then I'm going to do this. And just kind of play along with it and see what it's looking like. Let's see. Alright, let's see where this is going. Let's go with the lightest, B93. And I'm just gonna lightly, I have a very light hand, so I'm barely touching the paper. I'm just letting the ink do its thing, per se. And just see how that goes. And if I don't like it, then I guess I'll try something else next time. But sometimes you just do what you gotta do and see where this is taking you. And let's see. Maybe I need to extend that a little bit over there. Maybe just go here a little bit more just to soften just a little. And if I want this to be a little lighter here, which I don't have it as light as this one, I can always go with the with 0, which is the Copic blender. And what it does, it takes some color away. It doesn't really blend like they say, but it actually takes a little bit of the color away so that you can fix things. So this is 0, and I'm going to see if I can just lighten this up a little. You have to be very careful because this really moves the color around. So I just want to lighten it a little bit. I'm being very careful because sometimes I overdo it and I just make a mess. So I want to make sure that I don't overdo it again. So see, it's kind of lighten up a little bit. Just a bit. I don't want to overdo this. And then just, let's see. Okay, I think I'll leave it like that because I don't want to mess it up. Okay, so that's, oh, I haven't done the pockets yet. I think I'm going to keep them blue as well, but maybe, let's see what I do with the pockets. Let's see how we can get creative with that. Let's see, we can just color this, like that. And then we just put a little bit of shading there and keep it very simple. B97 to create just sort of like a little shadow here. That. And then B95. See, sometimes I just kind of tap it. I don't blend. Sometimes I just kind of tap and the colors blend by themselves. And just keep the pocket nice and simple. So the lines on the pants, I'm going to see, I wanted to go with the not fluorescent, but like a yellow green. I'm going to pick YG13 YG11 and YG, I'll just keep it at 2 colors and see what it looks like. So YG13, or let me start with YG11 and just kind of go down the lines, and that should be blue right there. But then I'm going to do the same thing over here. Well, that's the belt, so I'm not going to mess around with the belt. Here, this very edge here is supposed to be green, and I'm going to do the same with the bottom of the pants right here. So then I'm going to go a little darker with YG13 just to make it darker here, because you can see the fold. So wherever there's a fold, that might be a little darker, and then here on the inner part of the legs it's supposed to be darker because she's casting a shadow, and here under the hem as well, like that. And then I'm just going to blend it a little bit with the YG11. And if I want it a little darker, I can go grab my darkest YG color and I can do that as well, but I think I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, and the belt, it could be any color, I guess. Let's see. Well, I guess we can make it green too, just so that it blends in. Just I'm going to make it a little darker. So I'm going to go with my YG17, just for fun. And there we go. So we'll just leave that like that, and and I realized that I didn't color her eyes, so I can do that real quick. We can do the eyes to be like a brown, warm gray. Let's see, let's do W5, W3, and W1. So let's start with W1. W3, I just kind of shade the top here because it's a little bit of a shadow that is being cast by the eyelashes, and then here make it even darker with this one, with W5. Go back to W3 and kind of pull that color down a little bit, and then finish it up with W1, just from the bottom to the top. And that's it. That's it. So that is the image. I hope that you like her, and she's very simply colored. I'm going to continue posting more videos on basic coloring and blending and other images, and this image is from Scrapper's Delights. I will also post a link to where you can get it if you like it, and I hope to see you again on future videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.